He suddenly stood up and repeatedly stabbed the girl in the back until she took her last breath. Except she was the wrong girl. On August 22nd at around 10 p.m., Iryna Zarutska sat peacefully on a Charlotte light rail train after her work shift at Zapeti's pizzeria. The 23-year-old Ukrainian refugee had her AirPods in, scrolling through her phone, completely unaware that in just moments, her American dream would become her final nightmare. 3 years earlier, Iryna had fled the bombs and terror of war-torn Ukraine with her mother Anna, her sister, and her brother. She left behind everything she knew, all for the promise of safety in America. Within months, she had learned English fluently, found work, and was studying to become a veterinary assistant. She was an animal lover and a very talented artist, and her dream of healing animals was finally within reach. Her co-workers at the pizzeria described her as having a heart of gold, always the first to help others, always wearing that gentle smile that made everyone feel welcome. But fate has a cruel sense of irony, because the same country that promised her refuge from violence would deliver the ultimate betrayal. As Iryna sat in that train seat wearing her work uniform and dreaming of her veterinary studies, a stranger named Carlos Brown Jr. was sitting directly behind her. A man with 14 prior arrests recently released on cashless bail was carrying a pocket knife and harboring unimaginable darkness. Without any prior warning, Brown stood up and repeatedly stabbed Iryna in the back. The surveillance video shows her desperate final moments as fellow passengers rushed to help. After committing the crime, Brown instantly removed his hoodie, waited for the train to stop, and then exited the train. Officials say it appears that Brown and Zarutska did not know each other, and a motive for the stabbing remains under investigation. Carlos Brown Jr. was charged with first-degree murder and is being held without bond currently. Iryna died that night just months before achieving her dream of becoming a veterinary assistant. Her mother Anna, who had already lost her homeland, now buried her youngest daughter on foreign soil. This innocent girl represented everything beautiful about the American dream. A young woman who fled violence, embraced a new culture, worked hard, studied diligently, and treated everyone with kindness. But in her final moments, as she lay dying on that train floor, surrounded by strangers trying desperately to save her, Iryna Zarutska learned the cruelest lesson of all. Sometimes the monsters we flee from at home are nothing compared to the monsters we encounter in the places we thought were safe. She deserved to live.